I'm John, creator and founder of HygieniSt. So why did I create HygieniSt? I've suffered with hidradenitis suppurativa, HS, for 30 years now. I've gone through stages 1, 2 and 3. I've had multiple surgical interventions to remove areas that wouldn't heal. And along that journey, I've tried many different products, sometimes with success, often not. And I always wondered why there was never anything out there for people like us that suffer that can just help to calm the condition, to help us to feel more comfortable in our skin. So what is HS? HS is a chronic inflammatory condition that affects certain areas of the body. It's the groin, the buttock, it can be under the breast for women, behind the ears, on the back, pretty much most areas apart from the hands, let's say. There's no cure for it, although in the last 10 years research is much better now. Treatments as well have improved, but there's no cure, and the medical profession don't really understand exactly what the cause is of the condition. And there are 3 stages to it. So the first stage, it can be quite mild, a little bit like acne. The second stage, you have larger areas that a little bit like a boil. And then these larger areas pop up in different places, and then they connect underneath the skin, so they tunnel and connect to one another. Stage 3 is when you've got this tunneling and these boils that collect in quite a large area, and then this is when it becomes quite difficult to treat. So HS has been a very big part of my life. I was diagnosed when I was 22. I've been through all stages. It's been difficult. On bad days, it's difficult to walk. It's difficult to get out of bed. You feel depressed, you feel that you can't be intimate with somebody because of the condition unless they really understand it. I've had surgical intervention as well to remove areas of skin, and this in itself, it's quite traumatic really. And I will say through all of this, there's an element of mental health as well. It can get on top of you. You can start to feel it can overcome you, it can take over your life, and it's all that you focus on really. So, and as said again, and during all of this time, there was really nothing out there for me that I could reach out for that could help me. And again, the reason why HygieniSt is something very personal and very, very close to my heart. I've worked in cosmetics and hair for around the same sort of time, 30 years, but the past 10 years or so, I've worked very closely with research and development. So I'm used to working with testing products, let's say, and I just had a moment in my life at the age I'm at now where I realise I'm in a position to be able to create something. So I've been living away from the UK now for around 10 years. I'm now working in Italy. And I sold my apartment and decided that I was going to create a skincare range that we could use that could help us to feel more comfortable in our skin. During my journey with HS, I've tried many products off the shelf that I've ordered on the internet, that have been recommended on different HS websites, the bleach bath, the benzoyl peroxides, stuff that's really quite astringent. I remember it taking the colour out of my towels at one point. I remember having red, sore, irritated skin. So I didn't want to go down the route of chemicals. I wanted to look at ingredients that were natural, that were biocompatible with the skin, and that could really not just give immediate benefit to the skin, but ongoing benefit, so that they could work much deeper inside the skin to give something that is more sustainable and can continue to add benefit. One thing that I learned from the biologist that was something very new to me was this targeted approach within the products, and each of them containing different active ingredients, because you need different things at different stages. So for example, let's talk about the cleansing cream. You need firstly to purify the skin. So you need ingredients in there that are antiseptic, antibacterial, ingredients that are calming, that are cooling, that are soothing. And this is then setting up the skin ready to receive the next step of the treatment, let's say. Moving on to, let's say, a cream needs to give you defense, let's say. It needs to act as an emollient that gives the skin suppleness and softness. But at the same time, with our condition, we need something that can also dry out, a bit counterintuitive really, but dry out the pus, let's say, or that dry out the infection at the same time. And this is when things like zinc oxide, for example, is a fundamental key ingredient in something like a cream. I'm just talking about, random ingredients here and there, but if you look at the glossary and you look at the ingredients for each of the products, you'll see there's a wealth of ingredients in each targeted product. And then let's talk about the equalising repair serum, which goes on after the cream. So we'll cleanse first, then we'll put on our cream, and then we'll put over the top our serum. Our serum is really the protection. It's the last layer, it's the film. Think of it as sealing all the goodness in these products into the skin, as well as having repairing benefits, benefits that can help to reduce scarring, for example. So this whole targeted approach and layering products in a systematic way is absolutely essential for a condition like HS. For me now, I'm working with the biologist for 2 years. I'm also experimenting along the way with all of these different products, saying, yeah, this is great, that's not so good, until we come to a point where we arrive at what we have today with HygieniSt. And for me, using them twice a day, morning and evening, has had such a beneficial effect for me and my condition. So the testing process for HygieniSt was quite rigorous. For me, it was very important that these ingredients work. Again, I can't stress enough that there is no cure, but there's a sanctuary for feeling comfortable in your skin, and that was very important for me. So along with me testing it, I would say for me now I'm probably around stage 1, pushing into stage 2 sometimes, but I wanted to test the ingredients on stage 2 and stage 3. So I reached out to the UK, and I found somebody with stage 3 HS who worked on the testing panel alongside me, and then also somebody in the US who was stage 2. So I wanted to be sure that these products can be beneficial at all 3 stages of HS, and it was fundamental to me, along with them on the journey, to tweak things, to add things, to take things away, to make things easier to spread. There was a lot of changes during the past 2 years with the products to really arrive at what we have with HygieniSt today. So what does HygieniSt mean to me, and how do I use it in my daily routine? Obviously, I'm very proud of the brand. It's something that it's been a big dream of mine to create, and here we are, we've arrived, and it's made such a big difference to me personally in my life. Having more comfortable skin, having the sensation of stepping out of the shower and feeling comfortable, feeling clean and purified and refreshed, and then knowing that when I'm putting on the next steps, I pop on my cream, it gives me an immediate feeling of solace and comfort, and then the serum over the top. I mean, it's literally bump, bump, bump. It's very, very fast. It takes no time at all, yet makes such an amazing difference. So what does HygieniSt mean to me now it's arrived? I'm super excited to share it with all of you. It's been a couple of years in the making, and I'm so thrilled to be able to say that now there is a brand specific and dedicated for people that suffer with HS. I'm incredibly excited. I'm excited to hear what you think about it. I know it's going to start to change people's lives, make people feel much more comfortable. It's quite overwhelming for me, to be quite honest, because it's something that has been a big dream for me for such a long time. And now here we are.